Welcome to Motion with Nas. Really appreciate you watching my videos. Hope you've been enjoying the content so far. If you're new to my channel, make sure you do subscribe, and if you do like the video, make sure you like the video. You know what I mean. So in today's video, this is what we're going to be creating. We're going to be creating this cool text animation. It's part of the series that I've been making, and this is the third one, and I really hope you enjoy it. Let's get to it. So I'm going to start with a rectangle, and I can just make sure I select the whole layer, use my align tool. I can find my align here, so I'll go to Windows, activate my align, and I can see it here and make sure it's aligned to the center. And I would like to use specific values for the sizes, so I'll open up my rectangle, open up the rectangle part, and then I can see the size here. So I always advise you change the sizes of your rectangle this way instead of using scale, because the size always works better than scale. So what I'll do, I'll uncheck this, so I'll put in 6 to 5, and for the y-axis I'll put 112, and I can check this again. So what I like to do now is to change the icon point. So I'll go to my pan behind icon point tool, click and then drag down, hold down control, and I'll check this. So what I would like to do now is to apply scale animation to this. So I'll go to the 20th frame, click on the layer, press S for scale, that's a shortcut, and I'll check this, and then I'll take this back and I'll change the value. First of all, I'll uncheck this chain so that I can have access to the X and Y axis individually. So I'll change this value to 0. That means it's going to be animating up. So I'll go to 1 second 10 frame here, and then I'll change the value of the X to 90. We have something like this, and then squishing a little bit. So I'm going to highlight all of this, right click, keyframe assistant, easy ease. Then I'll highlight this, go to the graph editor, and I'll do my easy ease like this. Right, and to take this one as well. Right, and if I play this, you have something like this, which is quite interesting. So what I would like to do is to create my text. So I'll go to my text and I'll type in modern. Let me change my resolution to full so you can see this clearly, and I'll make sure the paragraph is at the center, and then I'll align to the center as well. I can increase the size for this maybe a little bit. Let's do 90, and I'm good with that. So I'll go to the text, open this up, go to animate, then click on tracking. That's what we are going to use to do the kind of scaling in the whole text, within the letters animation. You see what I mean now? So I would go to the tracking amount, and if I click and drag, can you see what it's doing? Right, but for now I'll just change this to 5 so it's not so spread out. I'll go to the 20th frame and I'll check this, then I'll go to the 1 second and 10 frame here, and I'll change this back to 0. So we have that tiny bit of animation there. Let me uncheck the shape first so we can focus on the text. Then what I like to do is I'll go back to this frame here, and I'll set my position. So I'll click on the text and press P for position. Then I'll go to the very first frame here, and then I'll just drag it down a little bit. So if I play this, I have something like this. What I would like to do is I press U, I like this, right click, keyframe assistant, do easy ease, and I can always highlight all of this, check this, highlight all of this, then do something like this. So if I play this, right, really cool animation. So if I check this with this is what I have. So what I'm going to do now is I want to do track mark to this. So I want this text to be revealing within the shape layer. So what I'll do is I'll toggle switches. I'll click on toggle switches and mode, then I would click on the pick for Martin, and then I'll click on shape layer 1. So let me just rename this to modern. Let me do text shape 01. Now that is done, you can see that it's going to be revealing only where the shape is, but now I want the shape to be activated. So what I would do is this, which is really cool. So what we need to do now, I'll zoom in some more, and then I'll just shift this back 2 frames backward, 1 2, so we can have that little bit of offset. So if I play this, which is really looking really cool. So what I need to do now is I need to do the same process for 2 more shape and text, right? Since it's the same process, I would just like to fast forward all this part so I won't have to take so much of a time. So what I'm going to do here is I created a null, so I'll take this next to one that I duplicated and I'll just parent it to the new null. And let me make sure that this is activated, right? I'll take this null and then I'll press P for position and I just drag it down, and then we have the second one. So that's the fast way of trying to duplicate and work really fast. So that's practically what I'm going to do for the remaining one side that I'm going to create now. So I'm done with this null, I'll just delete. So and then I'll take the third one and then change the text. The next thing I like to do is to take the clean color of this particular one. I'll go to the color here. This is the color that I used to prepare for this. Aside from that, I also need to change the animation a little bit, the scale animation actually. So I'm going to go to the beginning of the frame and I'm going to make sure I change the x-axis to 60 and go forward in time, change it to 60. Just change everything there to 60 basically. It will be smaller in terms of size, and then I have to change this to, let's say, 50. So if I play this now, this is what I have. Okay, really cool stuff. So let me just change the color of this to able so I can easily differentiate them. Maybe I should use the color accordingly, right? So this is either red or pink or purple. Let's do red. This is blue and this is green. We are done with this particular animation here, right? I'll take this and this here, offset it 2 frames backward, take the last one here, offset 2 frames backward, and if I play this now, so let me adjust this because this is not centralized. What I'll do, go to new, create a null, and I'll highlight everything and then parent it to the null. Select this and then I'll adjust this up. Or another faster way of doing this, so let me undo that, is use this tool from Motion Design School. It's called Motion Tools, right? Really good tool. And you would highlight all your keyframes like this, and then all you need to do is just add null immediately to parent everything to the null, and then I can now select this and then just move it to the center. So let me try and make sure it's at the center as much as possible. Something like this would do. And then I will still use this null. Let me just name this control. Let me make this another color. Now that I've offset this, I'll highlight all of this. I'll press U. So what I want to do is to do some reverse animation. So I'll take my keyframe at the 22 second, 20 frames forward, and then I can just copy and paste. But this is actually going to take so much of my time. So what I would do is to make use of this tool again. So let me delete this. So let me show you one other thing. So if I highlight more than one keyframe and then I do Ctrl C, Ctrl V, it's actually going to be pasting layers instead of the keyframes. So this is what we're going to do. I'll highlight all of this and then I'll use this tool. You can see we have this function called clone. And if I shift click it, it's going to do a reverse keyframe for me, right? So if I do shift and click, so it's actually going to take all the keyframes and do reverse keyframe for me. So that's really great. One other thing is if you just click it, right, it will automatically copy it. So just for instance, as I have all of this highlighted, without holding down shift, if I click this, can you see it will just paste it normally. So I just wanted to show you that. So let me undo that. So this is what we have. Let's play this. Let's see what we have so far. But we want to add a little bit of subtle movement even to this. I'll use this node that we created. I'll go to 1 frame, 10 seconds, maybe about this, maybe about the 9 seconds or the 5th seconds here. I will set a scale, S for scale here, and then I'll move forward about 20 seconds and I'll set the scale to 105. Then I'll move forward at the 10th frame, maybe 11th frame, then I'll copy and paste this frame, Then I'll move forward to the third second here, maybe one more frame forward, and then I would copy this first keyframe, which is when it's at 100, and paste it. Right, so if I highlight all of this, I would do easy ease, go to the graph editor, highlight, then apply the same curves we've been applying to the rest of the animation. And if I take this back and then play, this is what I'll have. We have this snappy looking animation, right? So let me play that again. So this is really cool. I'm really happy with the results. So let me just trim my work area to this point, and let me highlight everything and do, just click on U, everything will snap back to this point. So what I would like to do is I would like it to skew a little bit. I don't want it to be straight like this. So instead of me doing that to each layer, so I can just create a new adjustment layer, and I would add transform. By the way, I'm using FX Console from Video Copilot, so that's what I'm using to bring out the effect. If you don't have the plugin, just go to your effects, because you can come here, come to your effect, and then you can also try and apply the same effect. So I think this is at, is it at distort? Let me see, is it here? Yes, yeah, transform is under distort. All right, let's go. So on this, I will take the screw and I will just change the value to -7, and then to screw them over like this. So let's see, now it's looking more interesting, right? Really interesting stuff. And with this, I can just pre-comp it, entire thing. Shift Ctrl C is shortcut to pre-comp, and I'll just name this text animation. Click OK, and then I can try and bring in a footage or something. So bring in a footage, drop here, and I'll drag the footage underneath the pre-composition. It's quite large, so I'll press S, scale it down. So if I fit the screen, this is what I have. So if I play this now, all right, we have this cool looking animation, right? For me to have more contrast, I can create a solid, change the color to, let's say, something like this, and then take this under, reduce the opacity a little bit. So here it is our animation after we added the solid background there and reduce the opacity. All right, so you can see the reason why I use this footage. You can see the use case for this kind of thing. You can use it for, let's say, music video or intro or whatever it is you think you can use it for. I really hope you do enjoy this tutorial. If you do, please let me know in the comment section. And I think I just have 2 more to do in this series, and then I'll move on to more something for advanced After Effects users. Okay, so please make sure you do subscribe if you are new to my channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you.